Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. In today's episode, we've got an exciting game for you against Liverpool. Now, I know I said that we'll be doing a double header of Tottenham and Liverpool. The games against them in terms of us playing them. But there was a bit of an unfortunate international break in between both games, so it didn't make sense for me to just be talking over about 2 weeks worth of the game loading. So I figured I'd just play the Tottenham game and show you the real game everyone really wants to watch, which is against Liverpool, our fierce competitive rivals. They're really the game that everyone wants to watch. Stadiums packed out, that sort of thing. So yeah, just a bit of an update from the last game. As you can tell here by the league, let me just bring it up to show it better. Chelsea are sort of running away with the league now. They're 6 points off Tottenham, who are in second place. We're also, tied with Tottenham, but unfortunately, because of their goal difference, they're actually ahead of us. But yeah, even though we're the one team to have actually beaten Chelsea, they've still managed to respond to that defeat by going on an incredible run of form here, and they're top of the table now. And we're currently in third. I'll just give you a bit of an update of what's been going on so far. To show you the schedule. So since the last episode against Manchester City, it's been a decent sort of run of games here. I mean, the only sort of horrible game was this one against Burnley. Otherwise, we didn't concede a goal at all. But yeah, for the game against Middlesbrough was pretty straightforward. It was an EFL Cup round, so it didn't matter too much. But still, I featured a relatively strong side here. Rooney grabbed the goal as well as Ibrahimovic. It was pretty comfortable. Ibrahimovic getting us the insurance goal there. But this game was one where it all went wrong. We managed to score a goal first, and then Burnley got their equaliser I think about 10 minutes after this game. After Ibrahimovic's goal. But really, where everything sort of went downhill was when Callum Gribben got sent off first. You might be wondering what he's doing even playing for us in the first place. But as some of you guys might know, I normally have only two players per position. So for the attacking midfielder position, I've got Mata and then Lingard as his backup. Now, unfortunately for us, Lingard got injured during this time. So I brought in Callum Gribben as our next, he's one of our youngsters who has a lot of potential. So I brought him in for the game against Middlesbrough because Mata was feeling a bit tired. It made sense to just give him a bit of a rest in a game that didn't matter too much. I promise you that wasn't a pun. But anyways, so yeah, I brought him in and then I played him in the Middlesbrough game and I actually forgot to put Mata back into the side for the Burnley game and that proved to be incredibly costly. As you can see here, he has a lot of potential to improve. He's expected to become... sorry, I can't find it. Yeah, he's expected to be a quality player for us eventually. But yeah, I forgot to bring in Mata back into the side. And as you can see here, I actually brought him on as a sub later on in the game. But unfortunately, it was too late for us. Callum Gribben did the most stupidest thing, really. It was his second game playing for us, and he just went and got himself sent off for a ridiculous challenge. And Burnley capitalised on that. We tried. I didn't want to go into a counter sort of mode or defensive sort of team because I was trying to win the game, but I wasn't happy with just drawing the game against Burnley. We really needed the win, but unfortunately that backfired. They had two penalties, as you can see here, and they managed to score from both. Rojo having an incredibly horrible game at a 4.7 rating. I don't think I've ever seen someone get such a poor rating. But yeah, I think it's a bit unfortunate for him to get that sort of rating because, in truth, he's done okay for us. Whenever I played him, he doesn't seem to be doing too bad. But yeah, it just went all wrong in this game, and we managed to bounce back in the Euro Cup game. But really, where it matters was in the Premier Division, with the game against Tottenham. Against the Euro Cup, it was a good win because we did. It was the win that let us qualify from our group in second place with 2 games to spare. Let me see if I can find our group here. Yeah. So we've still got Vigo to play again, so we can actually end the group top of the group. We can actually end the run of fixtures top of the group here, which would be nice. And actually, incidentally, we're playing Nice next in the Euro Cup competition. So yeah, we really do want to get that first position spot. We can't rely on any other teams beating Vigo. So we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, the game against Tottenham was fantastic, really. We scored within 4 minutes from Ibrahimovic. Wanyama got sent off, and really it was just a no contest whatsoever. They did manage a decent number of shots and possession considering they were a man down. But really, we were in charge, and Ibrahimovic even had the luxury of missing out on a penalty. But unfortunately for us, Matteo Darmian got injured in this game, and he's going to be out for quite a while, 5 to 7 weeks with a damaged spine. But yeah, we've got a very capable. Well, he's not really a backup, but he was playing backup in this game. It was Mario Fernandes, who's been incredible for us so far. But Darmian came in and capitalized on Fernandes being tired, and as you can see here, he's actually managed to get 4 assists for right back, which is incredible. His average rating is a 7.4. So really, he's been performing great for us, Darmian. I really didn't think he'd be performing that well. Actually, let me show you quickly. I didn't think he'd do that well because considering his attributes, he doesn't really suit the wing-back attack role. He's got practically no flair. He's decent off the ball, crossing and dribbling, but he's still managed to get us 4 assists, get himself 4 assists in this side. So yeah, he's been great for us so far. His defensive side of the game is perfect, really. But unfortunately, he's going to be out for a while. So Mario Fernandes is going to come in for us, and I trust him completely to perform in that role. And as you can see here, we had the majority of the chances, 3 clear-cut chances, 5 half chances. They've only had the 1, and they couldn't score from it. We only scored 2 as well, so it wasn't the most clinical game by any means. But really, the game that everyone's interested in is a game against Liverpool, and I'll be showing you who'll be starting for today's game. We've got De Gea in goal. This is right after an international break, so Mario Fernandes is actually kind of tired. I don't think he's literally tired. He's match fit, but anyone under 92% I consider to be tired. They just don't really seem to perform that well, and you end up subbing them off because they get tired quickly. So it's a bit of a waste of a substitute. But unfortunately for us, Darmian's injured, and he's our only option right now in the right back spot. And by no means is he proper tired, so we can play him there. And we've got Jones and Rojo in the centre-back position. Smalling came back really tired first, so Rojo's come back into the side. Actually, I think it might have been Jones who's come back into the side. Yeah, it is Jones. But yeah, I would have preferred to play Smalling, and Baye's actually been injured for us for a bit of quite some time now. He's sprained ankle. He's only got 3 to 7 days now, but he has been missing for us for a while now. So really not with our first choice centre-back positions. We've got Luke Shaw in the left-back position, really holding down this position well. He played 14 times, hasn't been subbed on once. He's got 7.33 average rating, and he's managed 2 assists for us as well. Blind actually, I think he might be a bit unhappy about his game time. He's got a decent run of games here, but he wouldn't be too happy about that. He hasn't really performed incredibly well for us, but that's expected in his, in this left-back position. Is not really suiting to his attributes, but he's only playing there temporarily for this season until we can sort of move on other players. I see Blind as being capable of playing for us in a deep line deep line playmaker defend duties. Attributes really suit that role much more. So when we move on, Carrick will be playing Blind and Herrera as the competing for the same positions. Then we've just got our standard top 4, really. Mkhitaryan, Mata, Marshall, and Ibrahimovic. All great performers so far. Ibrahimovic has really come into his stride now. He's got 4 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 games. Great average rating. He's kept Rooney out of the side, even though Rooney's played really well for us as well. So yeah, these two are really competing for us, and it's working well for us because the more they compete, the more they score. And I can rely on them both, which is great. And we got Schweinsteiger and Carrick in the middle first. I really would have liked to have been playing Pogba and Herrera, but Pogba's, as you can tell here, he's proper tired after coming back from the France game. So he's our trump card off the bench, really. If you guys watched the last episode against City, which I would advise if you missed to check it out, but Pogba came on off the bench for us and he got an assist, and we managed to score the winning goal through that assist. But yeah, Schweinsteiger will play. Carrick has been a bit unhappy with his game time recently, so I'll give him a couple of games, and he's performed decently in them so far. 6.82 average rating. I'm just going to give him one more chance here to see if he can really perform. If not, Herrera is going to come back into the side. The only reason Carrick's getting a chance is because Herrera himself hasn't, performed outstandingly in this deep-lying playmaker defender role. I know he's more suited to sort of an advanced playmaker role, but he can play as a deep-lying playmaker and defend you. So I'm a bit confused why he's not playing too well there. Most of his good stats are in that role. So, but yeah, since no one's really holding on down that spot, it makes sense for Carrick to get a bit of a run, see if he can perform well. I think in the last game he did perform decently enough. Surely enough, he got a 6.9 rating. And really, this is probably his last season in the United team. He's only rated as a good player for most of the Premier Division sides, but he will decline. Definitely, he will decline this season and probably next season. We'll see if he decides to retire or not. He's been a bit unhappy with his game time, even though he's just a rotation option, as you can see here. But yeah, let's just get into today's game. I feel like there was a bit of a rambling there. But let's see how we perform. Liverpool are in 6th place. Beating them would help us maybe overtake Tottenham, depending on their result. We're the first team to play, so we can put some serious pressure on Tottenham, and as well as distancing ourselves from Liverpool. So it's a great time. As you can see here, great time to win. It's the same thing as the City game I was mentioning before, where we can put 6 points in between us if we win, and if we don't, Liverpool will be climbing up and taking up our spot over here, possibly, depending on Arsenal and City. But yeah, if we can quickly have a look here, City have a tough game against Everton, Chelsea have a decent game against Crystal Palace, they're expected to win, but really, the one we're looking out for is Arsenal and Tottenham. If they get a draw, that'd be a perfect result for us. But yeah, really just trying to climb over Tottenham at the moment. Anyways, let's get into today's game, see how the team performs. We're playing in red, and Liverpool are the away team, so really we're expected to win here. And immediately, the first thing they do is foul us. It hasn't even been 20 seconds. But anyways, the first highlight sort of has gone our way, apparently. You can never really trust Football Manager, but we'll see how it goes. Rojo finds Martial. He's bringing the ball forward. He finds Mata. He's been tackled, and the ball's pumped up to Sturridge. And Jones was almost caught out of position there, but Shaw's done well to win that for us. He brings the ball forward to Mata. Mata finds Martial, who finds Mata again, who finds Shaw. Can Shaw put a good cross in? He can, but unfortunately it was an excellent tackle, but he puts another great cross in, and Mkhitaryan makes the most of that. And that is our first goal. I've actually forgotten to show the goals, so hopefully it'll actually still show here. If not, I'll change the settings. Yeah, I'll just have to quickly have a look here. See if we can see that goal again. Sorry about that. I've actually entirely forgotten to change the replays onto goals. I normally don't watch the replays. I'm happy to just see them in 2D Classic, really. Also, I'm not a fan of this loading highlights screen, which takes quite a while on my laptop for some reason. Even though it says that, it shouldn't take long at all. But anyways, we'll get a chance to watch it all over here again. Let me just quickly slow this down a bit. And yeah, this is the whole bit of play here. Marshall loses it here, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it is Mata that loses it. But yeah, it's a bit scrappy, but we end up managing to score a goal from here. Shaw really does well to sort of put his pace on there. I mean, Mane is not slow by any means, but he just sort of watches the ball come to him, and Shaw makes the most of that. And he also manages to get forward and put in 2 great crosses. I mean, Ibra gets manhandled there, which you can't really say often, but Mkhitaryan does really well just to put that into the box into the goal, for us. And yeah, overall a great goal. I mean, can't really complain. We're 1-0 up, and we have the opportunity to extend our lead. Really, I'm just going to encourage the players there, because after that bit of good play, I'm hoping we can kick on. And there's another highlight here. Hopefully it'll go our way, but you never really know. And Jones finds Carrick, who finds Fernandes. Now, he doesn't really have much to prove this game, except for hopefully not being tired. But he's playing against Lallana by the looks of it on the wing. So he's got a bit of a tough game on his hands. And Sturridge is bringing the ball forward here. He's going to have a chance to shoot, and De Gea does incredibly well. And that was the first clear-cut chance of the game. which went to Liverpool, and they've actually had more shots, but they've only managed one on target. But anyways, that's the first clear-cut chance, and De Gea does incredibly well again. He's been one of our outstanding players, really, and it looks like Liverpool are gonna have another chance to score, and again that was another clear-cut chance. I'm a bit worried about how easily they're getting in behind us, and I'm not sure whether to play a deeper line. I mean, Sturridge has got incredible pace. I'm going to leave it just a bit more, trust my players a little bit to be able to deal with this situation, but I might have to play a deeper line, or even play a bit narrower. But really, my players should be capable of dealing with that. Jones and Rojo aren't slow by any means at all, but for some reason Liverpool be getting behind us, and thankfully it hasn't really happened again since those two incidents where they've gotten two clear-cut chances. We're going to bring the ball forward here with Mkhitaryan, who goes on an incredible run, and Marshall's been tackled there, but referee doesn't think anything of it, and Schweinsteiger has a chance to find the man, but instead he goes all the way and tries to shoot, but it's just the side netting, unfortunately. It's a bit of a good run there, but I was hoping he'd find someone rather than try and score. He is playing as a roaming playmaker. Mata's going to have a chance from a set piece, and of course he scores that. He scored a number of goals through that, and that's his 10th goal of his season. He's scored an incredible amount of free kicks for us, and that's gotten us, it should relieve us from some of the pressure that Liverpool were putting on us, and that's just top corner. Goalkeeper has no chance there. They're playing Simon Mignolet, and none of my players are complacent, so I'm going to tell them I'm happy with what I've seen, but I'm also going to tell them that they're not as some of them haven't performed that bad, and I still believe that they can improve. This game's gone great for us so far, but really a goal in Liverpool's favour can really change the whole mood. They have gotten more clear-cut chances than us, but yeah, it looks like we're quite dangerous from set pieces, and I'm actually quite happy that my scout suggested that we train on attacking set pieces, and that's exactly what we did, and Mata scored through one, and we looked dangerous there as well. It's coming to the 60th minute mark here, so I'm going to see if anyone needs to be subbed off. Fernandes has been feeling really tired there, as well as Mata, so I might take off both of them, even though Mata's had an incredible game. But I'm not sure who to take Fernandes off for. I think I might have to play Jones there, even though he's not comfortable with it, because we don't really have any options. And I might have to bring on Smalling, even though he's a bit tired. We'll take off Mata for Lingard, give Lingard a bit of a run. Lingard's actually managed to score his first goal for England over the international break. Ibra not having much of not an incredibly great game. 6.7 rating means he's been a bit quiet. So we might bring on Rooney, but for now we'll just keep him on, show him a bit of faith, see what happens, see what he can bring to the table. We do have Pogba on the bench as well, just in case we need to change the game up a little bit. But yeah, bringing on a defensive substitute is a bit of a good thing to do, just because we're 2-0 up, we don't want to concede. We'll hit the 80th minute mark here, and Ibra hasn't really improved, but Carrick's really tired here. But I think I'll give Rooney a bit of a run out, see if he can get us a third goal, really put nail the head into the coffin, if that's even the saying. I forgot what the saying was, but anyways, we're going to have a chance here. Smalling has the ball, can he find someone? He finds Lingard, who finds Rooney, and again Rooney scores a goal off the bench, and that's exactly why we brought him on, just to get us the third goal. And that was quite incredible how soon he's managed to get his goal here. But really, it's just two subs, Lingard and Rooney, linking up to score a goal. And I think Mignolet, Liverpool's goalkeeper, should be doing a bit better there, but I think he's just caught off guard by the way Rooney shot. And it looks like it's going to end 3-0 for us here. I'd say we're deserved winners, but really, if Liverpool took their chances, it might have been a lot more uncomfortable for us. They had two clear-cut chances. We had 1 and 4 half chances, but we've made the most of our chances, and that's all that matters. So I'm very happy with how we played. And that's exactly the type of performance I was hoping we can put in, and now we can sit back, see what Tottenham do in their game for the league. And our next game is going to be against Nice, where we hopefully get the 3 points and put some real pressure on Vigo. Anyways, in terms of when we're going to be back, we do have a Tottenham EFL Cup quarter-final, but that's not too interesting. Really, it's only if we get into the final that I'll decide to show that game. I think we'll be back for the Arsenal game, where I'll have a chance to show you guys where we could possibly get our revenge at home. There's also a nice little doubleheader here of Everton versus Chelsea. This one's only 4 games apart, 4 days apart, so maybe this is more suited to being a doubleheader. But really, the run of fixtures you guys are going to want to see is this Tottenham City and Liverpool run of games here. But we'll see how it goes. Most likely we'll be back for the Arsenal game, which is a couple of games after here, quite a number of them actually. But yeah, that would be much further down in December. It makes more sense, a month away from now. And yeah, I think that will be all, guys. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. That's all, guys. Thanks.